Alright, look guys, don't think that you're just gonna make me film whatever. I know the views were kind of up last time, we got a couple new subscribers, but I'm looking for, more subscribers. Like, I want to be like the next, like, freaking Markiplier. You hear me? I want to be Markiplier. Alright? I don't want to be just some random, no subscriber YouTuber, alright? I want to be the next Jacksepticeye, the next Call Me Kevin, the next Markiplier. And I want those green Skittles out of that dang bowl. Alright, whatever, Jack. Just get back in there. Yo, what is up, everyone? First and foremost, before I tell you what I'm going to do on this video, I just want to say thank you. I did get a couple new subscribers since the last video. I really appreciate all the feedback that I am getting. Thank you all for who have already followed me on Instagram, and there's a few of you on Twitter. I know my Twitter's new, but go there. The link will be in the description below. And still trying to grow my Facebook. I know Facebook's not everyone's thing, so it's okay. But yeah, let's try to grow this. This channel is going to get bigger and bigger. Like I said a couple videos ago, I'm just trying to get some ideas together before I actually just put it out there. And so, like you've been hearing from me, there's going to be music, the party cast, my podcast with my friend, and some guests will be up here, and that's going to be really fun. I just need to get the other videos and upload the different angles and whatnot. But yeah, this will be part of the new thing. It won't always be anime related, but you know what? I didn't even give you the intro, so let's go. Alright, people, if you are new, I am Jack Goats the Goat. You either know or you don't. So this episode, I'm going to be starting like a You Don't Know Jack sort of segment here. And it won't always be anime. So what I'm going to do is essentially just play off of one of my strongest talents, which is to be able to debate almost anything, whether it makes sense or not. Yeah, I mean, it's probably my best trait, if I do say so myself. So, but yeah, it won't always be anime related, but I figured I might as well keep it anime since that's the majority of what's on this channel right now. And we're going to start off with my favorite series. So what I did was I went to Ranker.com. Now, Ranker, if you've not heard of this, is essentially what it sounds like. It takes a subject and some sub-subjects and ranks them on whatever situation we're talking about. So in this particular one, it is the top 10 Naruto villains of all time. And this is the list, and apparently 6.2 thousand voters have voted on this. This is, okay, yeah, okay. Because it says 49.7 thousand, okay, whatever. But anyway, a lot of people have voted on this, and I have my very strong opinions about Naruto. So let's see if it's right, first of all, and then let's see where I would personally rank them. So let's just get into it. Alright, so I'll do just like the first five, four. The first four. So I don't spoil this for myself. So number one is Pain. Okay, so number one is Pain. Number two is Madara Uchiha. Number three is Orochimaru. Number four is Toby. Alright, so as a top 10 villain list, we have Pain as number one. And I have mixed feelings already. Because a lot of villains in Naruto aren't actually villains. A lot of what they did sometimes was somewhat justified, but not all the way their fault. But if we are just speaking on actions, Pain would definitely fall under, definitely in the top 5. I don't think I'd put him at number one. Compared to people like Madara, Orochimaru, and Toby, I don't think he's even close to what they did as far as the villain scale goes. So I want to put him down to 4 on this list, because if we remember that huge Pain speech, it was super revolutionary. That came out when I was, I was a sophomore in high school. That was like 2007, 2006, 2007, something like that. it rang so true. He thought that the only way people could come together is if they had a pain to share with each other. And that is a definite universal language. Everyone knows pain. And I loved, there was one line that he said in that where he says, when no one else was there for me, pain was always there. And it's super dark, but it's also Pain as a character. When he says that, it shows that you can turn your pain into a power. It just depends on how you vent that. And he didn't vent it in necessarily the best way ever. He did kill a lot of people, or attempted to. We don't know his off-screen kill count, but we have to assume it was probably pretty much racked up. But yeah, I don't think Pain was super evil. He was just a product of his environment. Now, getting to number 2 is Madara Uchiha. I would put him at... I would keep him at number 2. Actually, I would keep him at number 2. Again, Madara was somewhat a product of, what happened around him. He had a tough situation, but I think he could have just turned out better. He was just a dick, honestly. He's my favorite character in the Naruto franchise, so don't get me wrong, but he was definitely just a dick for what he did. But he did want what was best for everyone, and it's easy to paint him as a villain because he comes in, just throwing hands with people, just running fades and, kicking ass and taking names. But it's just a guy who actually loves to fight. Like, he trained his entire childhood in a time of constant war and constant feud with the strongest family aside from his own, the Senju. And, you had a guy who loved to fight, but then also wanted peace. So it was kind of battling characteristics in one person. But overall, he did want people to live the best life they could. So, but I would keep him at number 2 just because of... what he did and how he manipulated people like Obito into, causing the whole war and all that good stuff. So either 2 or 3. 2 or 3. Number 3, Orochimaru. Now, you guys are going to hate me because I don't think Orochimaru is evil whatsoever. He did a lot of messed up things, but let me tell you, Orochimaru is probably the most neutral character we have in this series. Now, yes, I understand he tested on people and he destroyed the leaf. Now, I get that. I totally do. Now, hear me out. Orochimaru traveled in a very straight line. He really didn't go out of his way to cause havoc for no reason. If Orochimaru was battling someone, it was because they were in his way and they refused to move. Orochimaru is not the aggressor most times. Now, going to the destruction of the leaf, that goes back to Danzo. And I don't know if he's even on this list, but if he is on this list, he is number 1 for me. And we'll get to that if he is on this list. But Danzo is the one who strengthened that inner... I will say creep, because he wasn't a villain to me. But Danzo saw Orochimaru's intellect as a value. And Orochimaru needed test subjects to be able to further, his findings along. And it's sad to say, but Danzo did provide him with orphans that people didn't care about to test on. And then that's how you got people like Yamato, who has the wood style. But outside of the leaf, he only had willing participants. Now, consent was such a huge thing with Orochimaru. It was almost creepy how he can make consent that way. But they were either consenting or they were criminals that no one wanted and they had nowhere else to go. So then we're kind of drawing this line in his hideout. Like, he wasn't out there trying to get people. People were trying to find him. And if they find him, they're going to find trouble. Just because they decided to be the aggressor. So Orochimaru is not bad to me. And as far as destroying the leaf, that was also Danzo's fault. He wanted the 3rd dead so he could take the spot as the next Hokage, but he didn't account for the village elders to skip over him to choose either Jiraiya or Tsunade. He wanted either Orochimaru in that seat or himself. and he lost. And that's how that whole thing went down. So I don't think he is evil. He's a tough one to explain. Oh no, I just saw number 5 by accident. I don't like it already. Number 4, I'm trying not to make this a long video, you guys, but some of these guys are kind of justified. I'm not gonna lie. Toby, if we are separating Toby from Obito, he's not evil. He's Toby. What does Toby do except for make jokes? And he did take down the Three Tails by himself, and that's impressive. So I can give him that. But that's just his power. He's a funny guy. I don't know what you want from me. But he's not number 4. He shouldn't even be on the list if we are separating Obito from Toby. All right, the next ones, 5 to 9. All right. Number 5 is Itachi Uchiha. Number 6 is Zabuza Momochi. Number 7, Sasori. Number 8, Kaguya Otsutsuki. And number 9, Kakuzu. And this is the top 10 list, right? Oh, we have more. Oh, 10 plus? Okay. All right. It's going to be a little longer than I expected. Okay, so Itachi Uchiha, number 5. Take Itachi completely off this list. The fact that I even need to explain this as much as I do on like online forums and to my friends and stuff is ridiculous completely. Because Itachi only did what was the best for the Leaf and for his brother. The Uchiha were kind of... They weren't the coolest people ever. Let's just say that. There was a little bit of turmoil on the inside as well. You saw some of the peons, get on Itachi's case when, Shisui went up missing and all that. They were very quick to just start fighting inside. And they were also trying to, stage a coup against the Leaf. Now, not to say that they were just crazy for no reason. The whole structure of the police force that the Uchiha had was just enjailment with a purpose. To kind of hide the fact they were being essentially jailed within the village, so they couldn't reach the full potential. So that gets kind of weird, and they definitely had a reason to be as mad as they did. But the fact that they weren't backing down at all, I mean... Anyway, we're talking about the whole family here. Itachi Uchiha, the road to hell is paved with good intentions, and man, Itachi's road to hell is golden and spotless. I can't tell you guys comfortably that Itachi is a villain, and I'm taking him completely off of this list in my vote. You know what? I'm actually going to take action and downvote this, actually, because screw that. 30% of people agree with me. Okay. All right, let's start voting. So, Zabuza Momochi at number 6. I would agree. Number 6 is a good spot for Zabuza. And it's hard because he gave us one of the most heartfelt moments of the entire series when him and Haku died. But by then, redemption's a little late. So I'll say up until that point, when he kind of snapped out of that killer vibe, he's definitely up there. He didn't care much about anyone's lives. So, I think he's good at number 6. I don't want to up or downvote that. Or I think up is just meaning like I agree. So, 66% of people agree with that. Sasori of the Sand at number 7. Now, Sasori's interesting. I slept on him the first couple watches of this whole series. He is another one who's a product of his environment, but it's kind of hard for me to pinpoint him as a villain. You know what? Yeah, I can. I would actually put him above Zabuza, who's up here. So I took Toby off the list. So let's put him at like number 4. Yeah, number 4. I think it's a good spot for Sasori. That guy was so evil. He was actually just ready to die because he was sick of all the BS. Now, Kaguya, I didn't know she was going to be on this list. If that's the case, she's number 1. Yeah. Yeah, Kaguya is number 1. Now, it's interesting to look at because she's... No, it's not. It's not even interesting. She's number 1. That's it. Screw Kaguya. Screw. She was okay with killing her kids. Like, I don't know. I'm like, okay, Itachi killed his whole family. Yeah, but for good reason. Kaguya just went crazy, and her kids had to put her down. All right, number 9, Kakuzu. Kakuzu is actually one of the only people that I would label as evil. That dude, he did have a reason as to why he was evil. His village ended up turning on him because of the way his jutsu ended up developing, and it's a little freaky, I'm not gonna lie. And his village was like, screw that guy. I believe they tried to kill him as well, but it didn't work, of course, because Kakuzu's a fucking beast. And he realized that if he's gonna find a place, he has to be of value to people. So that's why he was the money guy in the Akatsuki, because the Akatsuki are gonna need money to fund all their endeavors and, just to live. So yeah, Kakuzu, regardless of whatever sob story he has, that guy he's up there. Who did I put? So number 1 is Kaguya. I think I want to put Kakuzu above Madara. So I would put Kakuzu at number 2. Kisame Hoshigaki. This guy has a legit story for me. Did I upvote? Alright, let's upvote that. How many people agreed with me for Kakuzu? It doesn't even say. Oh, 64% of people. Okay, alright. So I'm on the popular side at least. Kisame Hoshigaki is an interesting character. He is actually my second favorite character in the entire franchise. Not just because of his story. Kisame is the tailed beast without a tail. Now, this guy was commissioned to take down the Nine Tails. As we know, the Akatsuki are paired up, and they are paired up with people that will best suit them in a battle. Moreover, those pairs are sent out to retrieve certain tailed beasts. They are more than likely set out to retrieve a certain tailed beast due to their power level. Now, he was partnered with Itachi. The Sharingan is able to be able to put the Nine Tails, the strongest of all of the tailed beasts, under a Genjutsu, so it can be under their control. That is when it reaches its full potential. I don't believe every Sharingan can do that. Now, to be coupled up with Itachi means something. It means that Kisame has the physical prowess to put that thing down. And that's pretty much what we see. He has zero problem putting down Son Goku with Itachi. They actually didn't even break a sweat. And I believe Kisame was the only one on that fight. Itachi just let him have it. And that says a lot for, someone to take down a 5-tailed beast with no problem and just sling him over his back. I don't know, guys. Kisame is pretty strong, and I'm talking about his strength for good reason. So I'm not power scaling. I know I'm supposed to be measuring his villainy, but power does go with this. He definitely had the power to take on the Nine Tails. He actually was doing well against Killer Bee until, of course, the sword turned against him. But he was still doing pretty well, and it took the Raikage, who was definitely mid-tier tailed beast level, to take him down with the 8-tailed bee. So that took a lot of strength. Now, I brought up the power because of this. The power didn't corrupt him so much. See, Kisame, at the core of its character, was a follower. In his village, before he went rogue, before he even became a swordsman, he was looking for his purpose. Because he had outgrew everyone in his pond, right? And then he found that, once you get too strong, it's kind of pointless. So when you have all this power, you start pointing it at random things and it's whatever. So he wanted to find someone stronger or not stronger, but he wanted to find a bigger purpose to fight for. And the Akatsuki gave it to him. I mean, what's going to test your strength more than, fighting tailed beasts and just strong people overall? So, long story short, he is just a follower. That's why he looked to Itachi for some guidance in a few of the episodes. And you saw in his death scene that he referred to Itachi, and he was really looking for himself. It wasn't, even though it seemed like it, he wasn't as bloodthirsty as we thought. It was just, if he got that order, he was going to do it. And whatever. Yeah. So I put Kisame a little lower on this list, to be honest. Danzo is on this list. I'll put him at 13. Let's get to Hidan. Hidan is up there with Kakuzu. Now, I don't want to crap on this dude's religion, but I don't know about the way of Joshin, but can I just say this? If the way of Joshin was wrong, why did he get immortality? It seems like you're doing something right. I think he might be on to something as far as religion, and unfortunately that religion is kind of bloodthirsty. Yeah, I'm going to take him off this list. I don't care what you guys say. I'm taking him off the list. I'm downvoting. And 37% of people disagree with me. Or agree with me. That's fine. That's totally fine. What are you guys doing? You're a Christian, Catholic, Jewish, Hindu. I don't know what you are, but if you're not immortal, you're not on the right path. And he was following the way of Joshin. Don't ask me. I don't make the rules. Sasuke Uchiha. Oh, and it has the I just noticed the time frames that they're referring to, and they're saying Naruto to all the way to the Shippuden movie, Will of Fire. Now, I didn't really watch the movies, just because they have nothing to do with anything. I don't watch any anime movies unless it's like a standalone or it's going to reflect on the information in the series, which most of the Naruto movies don't. So I don't know about the Will of Fire, but Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. Okay. Can I say he's not a villain, but he just went batshit crazy? Because that's what happened. Yeah, I want to take him off the list. And Sasuke got so wrong Okay, you guys. For anyone saying Sasuke overreacted and blah blah blah, okay, I get where you're coming from, but I want you to imagine at the age of, what was he, 5, 6, 7, or 8, one of those ages. I think he was 5. He comes back home to an entire mini village of his family dead and laid to waste, blood everywhere, stumbling on his mom and his dad, and they're laying on top of each other lifeless. We're talking 5 years old, people. And then your brother swoops in and puts you under Tsukiyomi and has you relive this slaughter. I'm forgetting the number. It was 1,587 times. That's a lifetime to watch as a 5-year-old who, you're not even watching R-rated movies as a 5-year-old in this reality, and you think you wouldn't react like Sasuke did? I think he held it together a little longer than I would expect anyone in that situation to hold it together for. I think he went off the reservation, definitely for good reason. I'm taking Sasuke off this list completely. Although he was a dick towards the end, come on, we saved the world. Did we have to fight, man? Danzo Shimura, number 1. I don't even want this dude in my face. This dude is the biggest piece of crap in all of anime, and Seke from Black Clover exists. I don't think I need to explain why Danzo is number 1, but just in case I do, just remember that the attack on the leaf was because of him. The reason why the leaf was decimated by pain was because of him. The reason the third Hokage died was because of him. The reason why orphans were killed in experimentation was because of him. the Uchiha clan slaughter was because of him. I hope no one's fighting for this. This guy should be number one, because a lot of what happened directly affected what happened. How are only 62% of people agreeing with this? If you don't think Danzo's evil, you need to check yourself before you wreck yourself. All right, I'm done with Danzo right now. This makes me upset. All right, Data. He is definitely just a narcissistic sociopath for sure. He's got zero sob story, zero reason as to why he is the way he is. So I think he deserves a top 5 spot. Who do we have? Kaguya, Kakuzu, Madara. I'll put Data at number 4. And I think I had Zabuza up at like 5 or 6 or something. Yeah, that was Data. That's not a fun character. Strong as shit though. Kabuto, you guys are really gonna hate me, but I'm taking him off this list. To be fair, the guy didn't even know who he was for the entirety of his life until pretty much into Boruto, like the very last episode of Naruto. He had no idea who he was, where he was from. He was only being used by different nations under Genjutsu. Like, this guy was a legitimate tool of espionage and war. So, like, I get it. I get why he did what he did. I'd be done with the world too. I'm going to take him off the list because I do feel bad for Kabuto. Did I downvote? I did not. You guys got to remind me. What are you doing? Just watch. 41% of people agree with me. Okay. That's a little more than I expected, to be honest. Gaara. Now, it's listing Naruto and Naruto Shippuden. Naruto the movie. Which I don't agree with because Naruto Shippuden, he was fine. He came in the series fine. I mean, he came in dead, pretty much, but, like, he came in fine. I don't agree with that at all. Now, Gaara would probably be the most villainous out of everyone on this list if we were just talking about the first series Gaara. This guy was a complete psycho. All he wanted to do was kill. That's it. That's all he wanted to do. He just wanted to kill. And man, that haircut that he had was just kind of weird, and it just added on to that, like, serial killer persona. So I'm gonna leave him. I'm gonna leave him there because he did get better. He got way better. Kimimaro. No, I don't agree at all. Let me upvote. No, I'm gonna downvote just because it has Naruto Shippuden on listed on there, which he wasn't evil at all. Kimimaro, interesting guy. He just found a liking in Orochimaru. Again, if I don't have Orochimaru really on this list, I can't have Kimimaro on this list either. He was one of Orochimaru's tools, so I'm going to downvote that. And 42% of people agree. All right. Zetsu is evil. I don't want to say evil because that's not what the list is. It's just villain. This is Black Zetsu. Why has he got to be black? Jeez. Anyway, Black Zetsu is definitely the biggest villain. Not the biggest, but to take down Madara, to let Kaguya run loose, and to manipulate the history of ninja is something. So he's in the top 5. I forgot who I had in my top 5. I should have made a list, actually. Dang. I'll know for next time, you guys. Sorry about that. But yeah, overall he's evil. White Zetsu, yeah. I'll put him there. Conan, no. I'm taking her off the list. I don't need to explain that at all. She's not a villain. Haku, there's a dragon there. I'm gonna just assume they mean Haku, like Zabuza's partner Haku, which I will take off the list. He was a tool for Zabuza. He says that. Mizuki, I'll put him. I'll put him more towards the top, like top 10. Just because he was willing to kill a comrade and a kid for no real good reason. Yeah, just the lack of reasoning behind what he did and what he was willing to do for that, it puts him in the top 10. Even though he didn't have like this master plan like everyone else did, those actions are kind of messed up. So I'll do that. So it looks like for these last ones, it's just the Sound 4, which I agree. Nah. They were tools of Orochimaru still. So I don't think I can fully do that because I didn't do that for what's it? It was Kimimaru, so I'm not going to do it for them either. And take them off. But I'm going to upvote you. And 47% of people agree. What? How do you not think Mizuki's a villain? And downvote these guys. I get it. Yeah, a lot of people are disagreeing with me on that one. Or agreeing with me. Wait, what? Oh, that's crazy. Okay. All right, I'm on to something. I'm right. And then... what am I looking at? Okay. So let's go back up to this list. We have characters like freaking Madara, Pain, Orochimaru, Kaguya, Kakuzu Kisame, Danzo, and Ginkaku and King Kaku are all the way down here. But above Jirobo somehow? I don't understand this list whatsoever now that I got here. Ginkaku and Kinkaku are up there. They're definitely at least top 12. Why are they down with... between Jirobo and Sakan for the bottom 3? That's ridiculous. That's not right at all. Those guys were villains for sure. They were embedded in the Cloud Village and had their own force called the Gold and Silver Forces. I forgot what they were specially tasked with, but I think they were just like the battering rams of war. So they just go in and just mess things up, and then people would come in and kind of clean up the mess. But then they went rogue. And that's why the second died, is because the second was fighting the brothers with 20 plus S-class specialist ninja. And I believe they fought for like something crazy, like 3 or 4 days before they were able to take down the second. But these guys are straight up monsters. Like, there was no real rhyme or reason to why they did what they did. They just went on a freaking war path. And I kind of like them because they were just totally badass. But they got eaten by the Nine Tails, by Kurama, in a battle, and they lived inside of him for like some odd days, but ate his innards, and that's how they got the Nine Tails chakra. And that's pretty freaking crazy, and being Uzumaki on top of that puts them like up there already. So and just to do what they did for no freaking reason, they're definitely top 12 at least, considering everyone else on this list. And only 36% of people agree with them being higher on this list. That's crazy. Did the people think they were good? They came in the reincarnation just wanting to fight. They had they didn't even care about anyone else's life. That's crazy. That's it. That is it for this list. Ranking this list out of 10, I'm going to give it a 4. This was a pretty crappy list, in my opinion. Again, I am playing the role of contrarian, but I do legitimately think some of these people shouldn't be on the list. And just like Orochimaru, he played too much of a gray area for me to comfortably put him as a villain. Sue me. Sorry. But I think that'll be it for You Don't Know Jack. I hope you guys like this. If you guys want want more of this, or you want a specific list you want me to give my input on. Again, it doesn't have to be anime, be whatever. I just started out with anime to, kind of flow into it since it's a mostly anime channel. But yeah, send me any list that you want me to look at, give my opinion on. I'll probably play the jackass role and just be the contrarian. I have a lot of unpopular opinions naturally anyway, so this kind of works. But let me know if you guys liked it. Leave a like on the video. Please make sure you subscribe. Please subscribe. Please subscribe. Subscribe. Please subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section. Let me know what you liked about this list. If there's anything that you have your own specific opinion on this list, please let me know in the comment section below. I'm happy to have a discussion with you. This is all fun and games, you guys. Don't take it too seriously. We're all entitled to our own opinions. It's all a part of the fun. Yeah. Done. I have no real clever outro. So, just gonna sit here. This has been Jack OATz. You either know or you don't.